Hi, everybody. This is Jill Liberator, and I'm here to help you get started with GoGuardian for Teachers. At this point, all of you should have already received an email from GoGuardian asking you to sign on, create a new password, and the sort. I am starting this with the idea that you are ready to go and ready to set up the classes. I think you are really going to enjoy GoGuardian. One of the issues that we had found that teachers had with technology being given to all the students is the fact that you are not able to know what the students are doing at any given moment in time in your classroom. It's made a lot of people nervous, but GoGuardian is actually going to help ease your nervousness in this and help you out in knowing what your kids are doing at any given time. And it's also a way to get their attention at any given time with it while they're using the technology. So let's get started. Since you've already set up your passwords, all you need to do is go to teacher.goguardian.com right here. And I would strongly suggest that you go ahead and you bookmark this site. If it is bookmarked already, you will have a colored in star. If it is not bookmarked, then you will have a clear star. I accidentally put it in the wrong place, so I just moved it. I want it in the bookmark bar. I have the GoGuardian sign in, and I'm done. Now, if you notice, you're not seeing it with mine up here, but I have so many bookmarks that now it's right over here. I just hit the double arrows, and it's right down there. Signing on to GoGuardian is actually pretty easy. You've already set everything up. You have your email, you have your password, or you can log in with Google. I just click log in with Google, and it takes me right in. Good morning. And I'm already seeing a couple of the classes I've already set up. But for the purpose of this training, I need to show you very quickly how to add a classroom and how easy it actually is. Gee, imagine that. We are going to go add a classroom. Adding a classroom. Now, if you've already set up your classes with Google Classroom, you are good to go. All you have to do is scroll down, add from Google, and it is going to give you a list of all the classes you have set up in Google. So I just set up a sample class for this purpose. The first thing that comes up is they want to know if you would like to schedule the session. This is optional, totally optional. You do not have to do it. I would recommend only doing it if, for some reason, you always teach the same class, the same time, every day. You never have a deviation from your schedule. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was in the classroom, I constantly had deviations. So for that reason, I'm going to skip it. Then it will come up with sync students from Google. You, with your classes from Google Classroom, you need to click on that right there, and then it will show a listing of all of the students that you have in that class. I don't have any students, so it's not showing anybody. I have 0 active students. You should have the same number showing here that you actually have in Google Classroom for that one class. Now, to get back to the home screen, what I suggest is go back up here to the 3 bars, click on it, and I like to go to all classrooms. Now, before you get going any further, this is a neat feature that GoGuardian has. I'm going to click on my classroom. Whoops, I'm sorry, don't have to do that yet. I can do it from there, but I'd rather not. I'm going to go to Scenes. Is right up here next to add a classroom, and I would like to create a scene for my classes. I have no scenes yet, so I'm going to create one. You ask, what do you mean by scenes? Well, scenes are pretty neat. You can create one. Let's see, I'm going to say math scene. You can name it anything you want. Do you want to allow the students to chat with you in the scene or not? Because I like to have students be able to ask me questions during the class, I for the time being, I will allow the chat. Now, default is automatically putting it in the block mode. You'll see this as you're currently in the block mode. All websites will be blocked except what you specify down here. It's pretty neat if you want the students only to go to certain websites. I could come in here and add any website that I often use for that class. I can add more websites later if I'd like, or I can come over here and click on the allow, and that allows them to go to any website, except I can put exceptions down here. Enter browser URLs. Maybe I want them to go to any math website, but I do not want them to go to YouTube, whatever. That is strictly for this scene. It's not for all the scenes, it's just this scene. So I've got that taken care of. Let's say I want to block everything but Facebook, although we can't get into it anyhow. We'll go ahead and add that. Now right there, I can, with this group, I am allowing everybody, all websites except Facebook. I put the exception on there. Now, this is one feature that I think is really neat. Create or input a list of tabs to automatically open at the start of the classroom session. If you have your Google Classroom or set up, you can put that in, or you can put in any website that you would like. It usually helps if you have the www in the front of it. Add it. Now, anytime that the students log on, you have it set that they will automatically go to this website. That's pretty neat because you can actually have multiple tabs open. You can have any tabs that you plan to use on a regular basis in that class. You can assign this scene to that class. By the way, you can also change the patterns if you want. Now, make sure that you save it. So there's my math scene. So I will come back over here, go to all classrooms. I'm going to click on math just for the fun of it. Now, when you click on your class, because we did not set up the scheduling time, anytime that you would like to use that class and watch them, you need to set up with how long you want it to go on. This helps out the school bandwidth and the GoGuardian because a lot of things are going on in the background and we only need to be running it at a certain time. Apply a scene to the session. I have a math scene. So now anytime that we get this going, it will set up that scene for 1 hour with that class. Do you want to exclude students? This is a neat option to have if you have 1 or 2 students in your class that you know are going to be working on another project. Maybe they're not going to follow along with the class that day for one reason or another. Maybe you're differentiating and they are doing something totally separate. You can click that and select any students or deselect any students that you would like to exclude. Now, normally, if you have students in your class, you will see an entire list of students. They will be selected. If little Johnny Jones is not going to be following along with you, all you do is deselect them, and then you can start. Now, if you have students also, you would have a start session that would be highlighted. You would then click that, start the session. It would record everything that you've been doing. That is actually how easy it is to set up these classes. Again, I don't have any students. You can come to your settings also. If you would like to change your coloring here, you may. Let's see, I like default scene. I will go ahead and set my default scene here. Then I don't have to keep changing it every time. Chat is enabled. If I decide that the kids are spending too much time sending me silly chats, I can disable chat at any given time and then save it. Again, this is for Math 2, that class that I have set up, no students in it. If you would like to add a teacher, if you are in a co-teach setting, you may always add teachers right here so they can access the class also. Scheduling. You may add a schedule at any time if you did not set it up to begin with. Again, make sure that you save it. It'll have the save at the end. Reporting email. You may have a summary report emailed to you after every session. It's really neat because it will give you a printout of exactly what student was at what website at any given moment. Great for looking back. You can review where the students have been, if they've been on task, maybe you missed something. It actually gives you a printout of how long they've been at any website in the tabs that were open. If you don't want those emails, all you have to do is disable it. I hope this session has been helpful. Again, setting up your classrooms are pretty easy. All you have to do is come over here to add a classroom. By the way, if you do not have Google Classroom, you may still add the classes, but you will be setting up the classrooms individually. You may put a description in. You may change the color here. Add the classroom. Again, I will skip it, but this way you have to add the students separately. If you do not have Google Classroom, you do have to add the students separately. You may do it in one of three ways. You may use the enroll code, adding the emails yourself, or with a CSV import. That means if you have a spreadsheet with all the emails, you can import it. That's a little more technical than a lot of people like to deal with. The enroll code is, if you've used Google Classroom, it's the same thing. You simply give all your students this enrollment code or whatever shows up for your class, have them log into GoGuardian, enroll.goguardian.com, enter the enroll code, and then they're in the class. That's pretty much the easiest way to do it. Unless for some reason you like to enter in everybody's email, you can go for that. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at any time, and I'll be happy to get back with you. Thank you.